This is Steven from Waterproof Solutions. What a gorgeous house. You know, the reality of this house, cast in place foundation, poured concrete between two forms. It's the best foundation that can be built, but it can be harmed by water. And when the gutters become inadequate, and as you can see on this, these were really set up to fail from the start. As I have a drip right now and it hasn't rained in a minute. So when the gutters are too close in, the water jumps them. There's also screens on them, so bigger gutters set out with the shingles in the right place gives us a big advance. Where we see where the crowns come through, see how this wants to jump that corner. This has caused great issues with the house. As we look forward, and in the basement, I'm feeling really good about things. Asking the homeowner, I've been there a couple of years, okay. There's a crack on this wall. It looks like it was almost formed off. And there was angle iron along the top, and I'm like, you know what, I need to take this down. I think it was an oversell. Crack didn't look like it was fixed properly, and then we were able to see the ledge stick out. Cameraman, if you'll come on over here. Here's where we're able to see it. So when you stand out, you can see the mortar ledging out over the concrete wall there. So we'll be taking down that angle iron and adding probably 3 soldier beams with angle iron on those braces. But what we've had here is the sump pump discharge is right here behind the gas meter. So between the downspout, the discharge of the sump pump, and that system goes all the way around, and these gutters failing, this wall failed. Now when you add this tree to the mix, the drip line mirrors the limbs coming out. That is pushed into the wall greatly, plus the negative grade towards the house. This is where the beams are coming through on the house. So this tree is into play. Now the tree's mature. When we open, I propose to open the floor up. We're going to be looking at the footings to redo the drain tile system, but it's just basically to be able to identify where our wall cracks are, get carbon, get the repairs done, identify where our problems are with the footings and get them fixed properly. Whether the tree stays or go is still in play here. There'll also be issues with these windows where we had the breaks that are hard at the corners. These have rusted out. Sometimes that's something that needs to be addressed while we're here. I don't do windows, but we can have it done. The break behind here shows we have had some lateral movement, and again, gutters are our culprit. Now this back wall has its issues as well, so we'll be looking at the footing, and that's why we're going to be opening the floor up along the back. As we make our way around, the garage is starting to be affected by it as well. We've got a pretty good break to the main beam over here. That house could just be reacting to the movement. We're going to take a look at that as well. If the footings have broke on this, at some point it'd probably be a good idea to cut out this concrete. I'm going to propose to do it now and put this into a dry well, and then we'll have to saw cut this side, break it out. However, we're going to be patching it back, but that way we've got a stand up there ready for whatever size over to a dry well, and let's ensure we get a couple feet away from the driveway itself for the dry well. All right, having said that, we make our way around. The last downspout that probably should be buried to a dry well would be this. And it looks like this had been done at some point and then it didn't work. So we'll research that, but we can put a dry well right here out 10 feet and take care of that. Next videos will be inside.